Why don't you go back to the 90s where you belong? Yeah!
Why is it that so much of Netflix content for children promotes a transgender ideology? Almost half of your content for children, I'm talking about minor children now, I'm not talking about teenagers, minor children. Just 2 days ago, a jury in New York awarded a former transitioner $2 million because she said that her psychologists and others pressured her into, they pushed on her an ideology that proved to be extremely detrimental. In the UK, the National Health Service in the UK has said that they're not going to perform transgender surgeries or any longer so-called gender-affirming care for minors, including in counseling, because it is so incredibly detrimental. Our own HHS has come forward with similar findings this past year, yet if you turn on Netflix, you'll find that an enormous amount, and I say this as a parent with 3 young children, an enormous amount of your children's programming has this ideology and agenda in it. Is this an advocacy position for Netflix? Is this an ideological commitment you have? I mean, why is this?
Senator Ali, Netflix has no political agenda of any kind.
As you would see, if you looked at her and not her chart, Bailey is not a boy. And by treating her like one, you are completely ignoring who she is. You're making her feel insignificant and humiliated. And that's not gonna help her feel good or safe or calm. So, from here on out, please recognize her for who she is. And if at all possible, could you find me a non-blue hospital gown?
Apologies.
Netflix's predatory gobbling up of Warner Brothers in an $82 billion merger designed to forge an unstoppable woke propaganda behemoth. Everything from Netflix's parade of gender-fluid fairy tales and climate hysteria.
There's just not as many bugs and animals in the park anymore because of climate change. And now the whole Earth's climate is changing because of things humans do, like making tons of emissions. Yeah, it's making the whole Earth hotter than usual.
To Warner's legacy franchises twisting into vehicles for DEI indoctrination, to be put all under one roof to pump out endless narratives that erode family values. And the boomer wokesters aren't even aware of the lion's den they are entering.
So forgive me if I'm a little concerned, not only as a parent, but also that somebody believes that we ought to have a wide variety of content options. There are some, but the overwhelming majority of your stuff right now is overwhelmingly woke. And it's not reflective of what the American people want to see.
So respectfully, if you ask a Netflix member today, or a consumer today generally, how they view Netflix, I think that a proof point that we might be doing the right thing is they talk about Netflix in the exact same terms as they talk about the country. About 40% conservative, about 40% liberal, and about 20% don't know.
Did you catch that? Netflix co-CEO Ted Sarandos thinks that the country is 40% conservative and 40% liberal and 20% just don't know. Well, the emerging Generation X population just surpassed boomers by 1 million.
Boomers respond with anger. Millennials respond with anxiety. And him?
Couldn't care less.
And according to a recent Gallup poll, a record high 45% of U.S. adults identified as political independents in 2025, surpassing the 43% measured in 2014, 2023, and 2024. Meanwhile, equal shares of U.S. adults identified as either Democrats or Republicans. Snap out of it. The psychological warfare isn't going to work anymore. A digital Leviathan controlled by elite overlords in Silicon Valley and Hollywood is going to go down like the Hindenburg. Ted Sarandos has no clue what the American people actually want.
There are plenty of things an aftermarket vagina can do that a stock vagina cannot. Like destroy the fabric of Western civilization as we know it. Only mine does that. Can murder the little baby Jesus before he even has a chance to start an apocalyptic death cult and ruin the world.
It was this very programming that ultimately woke up the sleeping giant. Jon Browne reporting for InfoWars.